What's going on, people? Welcome back to Football Carnage, and we are live with another Madrid hype right here for you guys on the channel. And we got a lot to talk about today because games are coming thick and fast, right? We got a lot of topics, a lot of good things that are going to be discussed on this episode. Make sure you guys smash that like button, right? Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, turn on those post notifications, and get in the live chat. If you catch me when the stream is over, then I will have the chapters in there so you guys can listen to the parts that you want to hear about. But hope everybody's having a good day, right? Quick overview for what we're going to run through. We got to talk about Carlo Ancelotti's press conference. We're going to look at the questions and react to it. Also look at the squad list, and we'll look at what the media are saying Madrid will do tomorrow for their predicted starting 11, right? We'll also talk about some transfer news, such as Mo Salah, right? There are links with him to the club. Same thing with Mason Greenwood, right? That should divide some people's attention. It also looks like Alphonso Davies' situation at Bayern Munich is up in the air, right? There's rumors that he's going to resign, but then there's other rumors that he's not going to resign. And then we'll talk about Fran Garcia because he may possibly be leaving with the club in the Premier League linked to him. And then the Club World Cup, right? We got the draw yesterday, so we know who we're going to be playing. I do just want to look at that and talk about it with you guys. But, yo, how's everybody doing, man? I hope that you guys are having a great day. Friday afternoon, at least where I'm at in America, right? The weekend's about to get started. We got football tomorrow, right? We're going to be doing a hate-along for Barcelona versus Real Betis, okay? I know Victor Roque is going to cook those bums. And then we also got Girona versus Real Madrid. So tomorrow, busy day here on the channel. 2 watch-alongs, right? We'll also have the match reaction and all those different things, right? Big up to everybody that's been subscribing to the channel lately as well. But let me just run through a few of your comments, right? Yo, big up to Bekele. Says W, bro. Nah, you're a W. First chat in here. Appreciate that, my guy. And then Adam's in here, but I think Adam's talking to himself. I have no idea who you were talking to with these comments, Adam. Big up, bro. Venisarian says, yo, Carnage, bro, you won't believe what has happened to me. I just confessed to a girl that I like, and it was ugly, bro. I was so bad. I fumbled sad. What? I fumbled and was everywhere, bro. Absolutely horrible. So what you're saying is that you were trying to tell a girl that you like her, but then you started moving like Mbappe in the final third? Come on, man. You got to regroup. You got to regroup and lock in. I tell you this, if she's not interested, bro, it's all good. You know, there's a million other fish in the sea. But now, big up to my guy, Venisarian. But yeah, you need to get some more composure in front of goal, all right? You can't be looking like 2024 Mbappe in a 1v1. Come on, my guy. We got to lock in, Venisarian. Nah, big up, bro. Let me see who else is there. Hubris, my guy. Big up, my G. W Friday stream. Yeah, look, you know what it is, man. The usual Carlo Ancelotti press conference reaction stream that we try and do, right? Sometimes they be doing these streams or these press conferences at like weird times, bro. It's like, bro, what's going on, man? And big up to Coast. All right, my G David. I'm good, fam. It's cold as hell, though. Stay warm out here. Carnage, bro, I got my long johns on. I went and got breakfast with my girlfriend earlier. I put my long johns on, all right? That's how you know it's cold outside when the long johns come on. If you guys don't wear long johns, then you're lacking. I don't know what you guys are doing. Come on. But, yo, let's get into it, man. I don't really want to waste too much time, right? So, first thing that we're going to kick off the show with is the Carlo Ancelotti presser. Now, you know, he does this the day before every single game, right? And the media lately have been asking him some pretty good questions, right? I feel like early on in the season, they were asking a lot of nonsense, right? But they've been locking in lately. So let's hope that we get some good questions to react to. So the main quote that Real Madrid have here on their website is from Ancelotti saying, we're in the fight in every competition, and we have to remain optimistic. All right, what are they trying to tell us here by highlighting that quote, right? I think that we all know that we're still involved in every competition. But it's going to be peak second half of the season if we don't go and spend money in this January window. That's all that I'm saying. But let's get into it, right? And I want you guys to get in the comment section and let me know what you're thinking about some of these things that they ask him. So let's start off with the first one. Criticism. You guys know, shit. Yo, here on the channel, we're very critical of Carlo Ancelotti. This guy's been messing around. I think Carlo needs to be sacked. So, yeah, Carlo deserves a lot of criticism this season, right? I want to see what he says in response to this. So Carlo says, I have to accept it because the team is not at its best. As always in football, the responsibilities for that falls to the coach, so he's the one who faces the greatest criticism. That said, I think you're being a bit too harsh. Perhaps that means you're fed up of me. I'm not tired of this job despite the criticism. I'm still delighted to show up here every day. It's to be expected. I understand it. Just like stress, sometimes criticism helps fuel the fire and pushes you to do a better job. I like this answer. W answer by Carlo. Because I'm going to keep criticizing. Okay? Until I start seeing you come up with better tactics, right? Until I start seeing you make subs at better opportunities, right? Put out the right formation, drop Mbappe, right? When I start seeing these different things, Carlo, then I think people will change their tune about you. But what we're seeing right now is absolute basura. We have been shit for a large part of this season, and you rightfully so deserve to be criticized. So I'm glad that he acknowledges that, right? I think that Carlo usually does take criticism pretty well. I feel like other managers don't, but Carlo definitely usually says the right things when it comes to the fans not being happy with how things are going. Next question, Alaba and Vinny Jr.'s recovery. Yeah, guys, have you not saw? Vinicius and David Alaba are back in training. So it's great news. We're encouraged to see how well Vinny Jr. has recovered from his injury. He won't be available tomorrow, but he should be ready for our next Champions League game. We're also delighted to have Alaba back in training too. He needs all of December to ensure he's fit and ready to play in January. He'll keep working individually, and we'll bring him back into the group gradually. His comeback is set for next year. So, after the Girona game, Vinicius will be back to play against Atalanta. And thank God, because without Vinny there, it's been rough these last few games. We look so shit offensively. And I actually think that Vinicius injury, right, ended up being a blessing in disguise, because now all the conversations about Mbappe being better than Vinicius, or the conversations of move Vinicius off of the left wing to accommodate Mbappe, right? All those talks are over because Mbappe had his chance to shine without Vinicius there, and he flopped. He didn't shine. So this has put to bed a lot of pointless arguments that a few of us were having in the chat. Now, it's good that Vinicius is back, obviously, but we knew that he was going to come back around early to mid-December. So that's not that surprising, right? We always knew that Vinicius was going to be back very soon. Now, what I want to talk about real quick is David Alaba, because David Alaba, this is his first time returning to training since he got injured last season. And I knew that he wasn't going to come back until January, right? That makes a lot of sense. I like the fact that he's back training. And yeah, we should not be rushing him back. So I like that we're going to give him this whole month to train, right? Get back up to fitness, right? Make sure that there's no lingering problems. And then in the January cycle, that he can be brought back into the team. And I think even when David Alaba is fit, he still has to come off the bench unless we're going to use him as a left back. But I don't think David Alaba, even when he does get his first few games, he's not going to start for a little bit of time, right? You have to go very slow with him. But that is very good news, man. Some real positive news for Injury FC. Let's move on, though. Opposition's high press. And I don't really care about that, to be honest. On Mbappe. Okay, so they did ask Carlo about Mbappe. He says he's aware. The post he made after the game shows he understands how he's performing and what he can do. We're right behind him. He's not showing the best of his ability, but there are loads of players who fail to do that and aren't even aware of it. He's doing everything he can to be back at his best as soon as possible. Yeah, man, Mbappe is definitely a decisive or a divisive figure right now at Real Madrid. Look, I rate Mbappe. Let me just start off by saying that. I think Mbappe is a very good player, and I still think that he's one of the world's best. Now, does that mean that he should be starting every game? No. Mbappe needs to be dropped. His form has not been good enough, right? And again, I do back him to turn it around, right? But I do not believe that he should be allowed to turn it around while we are losing or not playing well. No player should just be playing week in, week out, regardless of the performance that they're putting in. Like, there's no reason for Mbappe to play 90 minutes every single game while I got Endrick and Arda Güler rotting away on the bench. You see? And I remember when Hazard was struggling, Carlo came out and said that Eden Hazard, basically, he's not here to just play players because of their big name. He's here to win games. He's here to, make sure that the team's playing at their best. So his job is not to force Hazard into the starting 11. And I wonder what's changed with Mbappe. Has Florentino Perez himself said that Mbappe is undroppable? I don't know the behind the scenes, but he needs to be dropped. I think Mbappe could find his form coming off the bench. And then once that happens, you put him back in the starting 11. But right now, Mbappe has been shit. So I like that the club are still backing him, obviously. But I know he's going to start and play 90 minutes against Girona. Hopefully he scores a hat trick. But there is some favoritism going on. Like, Mbappe's proven nothing with us to be getting all this special treatment so early on. But whatever. So let me see. Are those criticizing right to do so? Is this not what they asked him earlier? I swear they asked him about criticism earlier. So they're asking him about criticism again? All right. Let's see what he says this time. So when I say the criticism is to be expected, that means they're right to some degree. Which comments do I find most frustrating? Some do bother me because they concern my identity. If they're aimed at me as a professional because I made a poor sub or named the wrong starting 11, that's not about me. It's not about someone's identity, who they are. It's not the same to tell someone they've done something stupid as to call them stupid. Yeah, I think Carlo Ancelotti has tuned in to Football Carnage because, yeah, I've definitely called him some strong words. And I don't mean it personally, right? But I just get frustrated sometimes. So, like, that's where that kind of comes from. But I don't feel like he should be taking it personal, to be honest. And also, I don't get why they're asking him about criticism twice. Okay. How many more questions is there? All right. So we're almost at the end here, guys. What does Mbappe need? So we have to assess everything. The important thing is to keep faith in him and explain what he has to do in order to improve on and off the pitch. In the last couple of games, he's shown much better intensity and speed. We have to support him, but that doesn't mean he's going to play every game. Sometimes a bit of rest might do him good. Cap! I call cap. This guy's played every single game that he's been fit for and has played 90 minutes, damn near, every single time. I call cap. Carlo, prove it. Prove it. Drop him tomorrow. Prove it. I don't believe you. Club World Cup draw. It was a beautiful presentation of the tournament with Del Piero as the host. It will be a highly entertaining spectacle for the fans because there are so many matchups between historic teams we have time to prepare for. Yeah, I am very excited about that Club World Cup, and we will talk about that later on in the show. Finding the team's best form. It's hard to put your finger on the issue, to be honest. We have been unable to show our best so far for a whole host of reasons. I have a fantastic relationship with my team. We're approaching it in the same way and are together and trying to get back to our best as quickly as possible. Okay? Penalties. Okay, this is a big one, chat. Because you know how critical I've been on Carlo. I think that the manager should be the one that's deciding who takes the pens, not the players, right? I feel like letting Mbappe take that penalty was a huge mistake. Mbappe should have never taken that penalty against Bilbao when Jude scored the last one against Getafe. It only makes sense to continue with Jude until he misses one. And Mbappe has now missed 2 pens in the last 2 weeks. He should not be on penalty duty at all for the time being. But let's see what Carlo says. The penalties come down to individual moments. Sometimes a player may feel more like taking one. In other moments, he might feel less confident. Mbappe has to push through, keep fighting, and hanging in there because sooner or later, this spell will pass. What I'm seeing is that he's improved his intensity in the past couple of games. See, this is pissing me off. See, this is where I criticize Carlo and say that he's not a good leader for this team. Because as the manager, he should have came out. This is what I would have said. If they had asked me about penalties, and if I'm Carlo, I say this, chat. Moving forward, Jude will be our main penalty taker until Vinicius comes back, and we'll do it based on form. So if a player has scored their pens, they'll keep taking them until they miss, and then we'll reconsider who should be next man up. That's what it should be like. Not, yeah, the players decide, and Mbappe will get through this. Fuck all that, bro. Come on, Carlo. All right, last question. A lack of leadership in the squad. I actually do think that there is a lack of leadership in the squad, to be honest. That was one of the reasons why I also wanted Sergio Ramos to be brought back, because I thought that his presence in the locker room would do good for these younger players. But Carlos says, at the start of the season, we talked about the young lads who had to step up and take responsibility, and now they're doing that gradually. You can't expect to wake up one day and decide to be a leader. Leadership is built over time. Carvajal injury has been a big blow in that sense, as well as others like Alaba who are able to take that responsibility. The problem we've had forced the younger lads to grow a bit quicker. I mean, look, like there are some leaders in the locker room, right? Like you got Fede Valverde, right? You obviously have Thibaut Courtois. You still got, David Alaba's now coming back. Carvajal when he was fit, right? You also have like Lucas Vasquez is viewed as a leader in the locker room, right? So, you do have players there that are considered leaders. But yeah, I just feel like when I look at the teams of the past, right? Like I feel like everybody was a leader on the pitch. Now, not so much. But yeah, man, let me know what you guys are saying about this press conference before we move on. And big up to the damn chat every single time, right? Make sure you guys smash that like button and subscribe and turn on those post notifications. All right, let's see. Jetsway says Mbappe scoring a hat trick. I'm calling it right now. Damn, really? You think Mbappe scoring a hat trick? I mean, look, Girona's defense is shit. So we should be able to score quite a few goals. But, our form is just meh. Cole says, yes, Vinny, I've missed you. Facts, bro. I think that we've all missed Vinny. Will it be the same guy or will he be making mistakes like Militao? Yes, David Alaba. Okay. Yamal says, yo, what's going on, my guy? Big up. Let me see. Yo, Mbappe might start cooking. Let's wait and see. He should be training on close quarter shooting, finishing. Yeah, he's bad at it this season. I mean, his shooting is just awful. Let me see. Perez definitely told Ancelotti not to drop Mbappe. I actually don't think that that's a crazy shout. I think that could be something that's going on. Or maybe Mbappe has like something in his contract where he needs to start like a certain amount of games. Who knows? Would love to see young front starter Endrick plus Gonzalo Garcia. Carlo's not playing Gonzalo. This guy barely plays Arda Güler and Endrick. He's not going to play an attacker from the academy. At least not with all the players that we have fit. Like we would need a lot of injuries for Carl to do that. Yo, what's going on, Burton? Big up. Bum manager, no bottle. Coach says we can't afford to lose against Girona. Bro, if we lose against Girona, you got to sack Carlo, right? Must sack him. Let me see. Big up to Ansar. It says, man washed at 25 is crazy, Yo, it is not. Look, Mbappe struggling the way that he is and looking as washed as he does, it is a bit concerning. But trust me, I think that Mbappe will come good. So, few other things on the game for Girona, right? Here's the squad list for the team, right? So in goal, we're going to be taking Courtois, Lunin, and Sergio Mestre. Then in defense, Lucas Vazquez, Vallejo, Fran Garcia, Rudiger, Mendy, and Asensio. And then in midfield, Bellingham, Valverde, Modric, Tchouameni, Arda Güler, Ceballos, and Kima. And then in attack, right? Mbappe, Rodrigo, Endrick, Brahim, and Gonzalo. Now, this is what the media is saying is the expected starting 11 for tomorrow's game, right? So they're saying a 4-3-3 with Courtois in goal, Vasquez at right back, Asensio and Rudiger as the two center backs, Fran Garcia at left back, right? Jude, Valverde, and Ceballos in the midfield. And then up front, they're saying Brahim on the right, Rodrigo down the middle, and Mbappe on the left. So definitely want to know what you guys think about this predicted 11, right? But also, make sure that you guys go check out my Girona versus Real Madrid match preview because I give you guys my starting 11 that I think Carlo will use in that video, and I break down the matchup a little bit more. So check that out after I'm done with this stream. But that's enough concerning tomorrow, right? Let's actually get started with some transfer news. But before we do that, let's see what you guys are saying. So big up to Bekele says, Ancelotti admitted that Mbappe has been underperforming and mentioned that he will start Mbappe from the bench in the next match against Girona. I doubt it. I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. Again, Carlo has to prove it. Words don't mean more than action, okay? His actions must show me that Mbappe is droppable. We'll see, though. Yep, Mbappe does need to come off the bench. And there's nothing wrong with Mbappe coming off the bench, right? I don't know like why when you say that, some people act like I just cursed him out or talked about his mother. Coming off the bench could be a boost for him. Let him play against tired legs to find his form. Put Rodrigo on the left, please. Endrick at 9 and drop Mbappe. That's what I would do. It's actually not a bad shout. Anything that isn't a 4-4-2, yeah, I don't want to see a 4-4-2. I'm sorry, bro. The 4-4-2 has just not been working for us. I don't mind a 4-4-2 if it's the diamond. I don't want to see a 4-4-2 flat. It has to be the diamond where then you could have the two strikers up front still split out wide and then have whoever's playing in like that 10 role operate as the striker / false 9 or just as the 10. It can work, right? We used to run a false 9 when Benzema was here, and we did it last season a lot with Jude. So that kind of 4-4-2 can work. But not the 4-4-2 where it's flat. No, that is not the move. You'd run the 3-4-3. I don't think that we play well with a back three. Last time we played it with a back three was against Celta Vigo like a month or so ago, and they cooked us. They absolutely cooked us. Ancelotti emphasized the need for Mbappe to rest and recover, stating that a moment of rest. Yeah, we just read that in the press conference, and that's when I said cap. I said cap. I don't believe him. I think Mbappe does start tomorrow. Yo, F-Cow says 3-1-2-4. What the fuck? What does that even look like? I'm trying to envision that. 4-2-1-3 is probably... Okay, wait. So you just gave me two completely different formations, and you said that both are the best formation probably for us, bro. You got to pick one, bro. You got to pick one. I don't trust this team running a back three. Facts. Me neither, bro. Bro, all this Endrick talk, he's not ready either. Why burn him so young? So you'd rather just not play him and give him a chance? Why not give him some? Bro, Endrick is not going to be able to prove anything coming on in the 88th minute. Do you know that he's averaging 3.5 minutes per game? Like, that's his average for the season. That is an absolute disgrace. But enough of this talk. All right, as I said, get in the comment section. Let me know what you guys are thinking for the game against Girona. But again, make sure that you check out the match preview after this stream ends. Yo, I'm not going to lie, chat. There is nothing better than nice cold water, especially when you're thirsty. I don't know. Something about cold water, it hit different. But enough of that. Let's talk about some transfer news, all right? Because it's a lot of rumors circulating right now. And look, I do want to say this. A lot of people seem to think that when I bring up transfer news, that's me saying it's going to happen. No, transfer news is just speculation because nobody really knows what's going to happen. I want to give that disclaimer, okay? I love talking about transfer news because to me, it's fun to think about a certain player joining the club. So that's why I do these stories. But we're only in December, right? So do not take the stories that I'm going to talk about as me saying it's going to happen. I'm going to give my opinion, and I'm going to tell you whether I think it will happen or not, or whatever else comes to my mind, okay? So, quick disclaimer, because I know that this one right here might have a lot of people in their feelings, but let's get to it. So, the rumor mill has been circulating, and Real Madrid are being linked with a move for Mohamed Salah. Now, when I saw this report right here, the first thing that came to my mind is ain't no way. Now, we all know that Salah does have less than a year on his contract before he's a free agent. And according to all the reports, and according to Mo Salah himself, Liverpool have not offered him a new deal. So as things stand right now, Mo Salah will be a free agent come the end of this season. Now, would I take Mo Salah at Madrid? Abso-fucking-lutely. This guy is arguably the best player in the world. He's Liverpool's best player ever. And he plays on the right wing. We currently do not have a right winger. Whether we play Brahim out there or we play Rodrigo, they all want to be on the left. Arda Güler is the closest thing that we have to a natural right winger. But I prefer Arda as a 10. So Mohamed Salah would walk into this team and immediately upgrade our attack because we'll actually have a right winger in the squad. Now, even though I would take Salah, that does not mean that I believe the club will go after him. I highly doubt Florentino Perez is interested in signing Mo Salah for a few reasons. One, I think there's already too many cooks in the kitchen. What I mean by that is we have Vinicius, right? And now you've just added Mbappe. And then now you want to add Mohamed Salah. So now you're adding 3 players that all think they're the main guy. That can cause some problems. On top of that, he's going to be 33 next season. We all know that our transfer strategy at the moment is more so focused on younger players. Now, obviously, with Mo Salah possibly being available on a free, that does make him a lot more enticing because you don't have to spend money in terms of buying him from Liverpool. But I just think his age is going to be a big factor in why a team like Madrid won't go in for him. They want to sign younger players, right? They don't want guys that are coming towards the end of their career. And I think another reason why the club might be a bit hesitant to possibly go in for a Mo Salah is because the last time we took a Premier League legend from one of those clubs, it flopped. Eden Hazard, arguably one of the best wingers in Premier League history. The best winger that's probably ever played for Chelsea. And he came to Madrid and fell off a cliff. I think we signed him when he was like 29 years old. So he was a little bit younger, and we did have to pay money for him. I think that we gave Chelsea like 100 million. And you guys know, Hazard in the Prem with Chelsea was an absolute monster. But he came to Madrid, didn't play that well, was always injured, ended up being the biggest flop that the club have signed. Literally. Hazard is one of our most expensive signings, and it went terribly wrong. So I feel like the club may factor that in as well. So to be honest, while I think these rumors, it is on brand for us, we know that every player is going to get linked with the move to us. I just don't see it happening. Also, can Mo Salah play center back or right back or left back? Because that's what we need to be focused on, right? That should be the main priority next summer, is having a revolution in the back line. But I would take Mo Salah at Madrid. I'd give him like a 1 year deal, 1 or 2 year deal. but his wages would be crazy as well. So I highly doubt that there's anything to these rumors, to be honest. But I do find it fun with the link. And again, I just don't know what the chemistry would be like because Mo Salah is used to the team playing through him, right? He is Liverpool. Liverpool go as far as Mo Salah carries them. That's why it's very surprising that they have not offered him a new deal. I don't know what Liverpool are waiting for. Mo Salah is talking like he wants to stay. And he said that the club have not offered him a deal. I don't understand why. Mo Salah is the reason why Liverpool are so high up the table right now, right? And Liverpool are the best team in Europe right now on form, large part because of Salah. I think he's responsible for about 70% of the team's GA this season. I don't know what kind of incompetence is going on at Liverpool. But if they let Mo Salah leave on a free, that might just be the worst footballing decision that I've seen in a very long time. Now, I personally think if Mo Salah leaves Liverpool, I don't see him going to another big team in Europe. I actually think that he goes to Saudi. I think he'll cash in. He'll make a shit ton of money in the Saudi league, and he'll be the face of that league. He's also Muslim, so going to that part of the world in the Middle East, he'll be the biggest athlete in that region of the world. I just don't see him coming to Madrid. I don't think he would want to come necessarily, and I don't think that the club would want him either. That's just how I view it. But the form that he's on right now, amazing. Amazing. This guy is a fantastic player. And to be honest, I think that Mo Salah is in the conversation for best or one of the best wingers in the Premier League of all time, especially with the longevity, right? This guy is able to stay fit a lot as well. He's bagging GA. He's a very tricky winger, but he would solve an issue that we have because if we are going to make any signings for our attack, in my opinion, it should be a right winger. But if you do bring in a Mo Salah, then you would think some players have to leave, like Rodrigo would leave. I cannot see a world where you bring in Mo Salah and Rodrigo is still in the squad. Now, you guys know I rate Rodrigo. I think he's one of the best wingers in the world. But I say it time and time again. We're never going to see the best version of Rodrigo at Real Madrid. We're never going to see it because Rodrigo is a natural left winger, but he does not really get to play there because we have Vinicius. And now we've added Mbappe there as well. So the only place that Rodrigo can realistically start at is the right wing. And if you bring in Mo Salah, you're not bringing him in to come off the bench. So then that means that Rodrigo would have to leave. And I think letting Rodrigo go would be a massive mistake for the club. I'm telling you, that guy is a baller. If he goes to a Man City, Bayern Munich, Arsenal, right? Maybe even, I'd say, even Chelsea, right? Any team that will let him operate on the left for a majority of his playtime, Rodrigo will transform into Super Saiyan 4. Okay? Right now, Rodrigo is just operating at a regular Super Saiyan level. If you let him go to a team that, like, I think Bayern Munich would be the perfect team for him. You put Rodrigo on that left wing at Bayern Munich. He goes from Super Saiyan 1 to Super Saiyan 4. He'll never be Super Saiyan 4 at Real Madrid. He just won't. But yeah, I mean, look, these Salah links are interesting. The source, I don't trust it that much, but I still wanted to talk about it because I think it's pretty interesting. But I just don't know, like, how the chemistry would work because Mo Salah is the main guy and he wants the team to play through him, right? And Mbappe is still trying to get used to a team not playing through him. And then you have Vinicius as well. So it sounds good on FIFA, but I just think in real life, it'd be a little bit complicated. Now, I would like a right winger, but not before I go out there and sign center backs, right backs, and have a defensive revolution. But Salah is a very good player, bro. Right now, I would have to say that Salah is maybe the best player in the world on form. He's just been phenomenal for Liverpool this season. Like, they are cooking at the moment. And I think he wants to stay. He's made that very obvious, right? Now, I don't know why Liverpool are waiting, because once the January window opens up, Salah can start talking to, like, other clubs can reach out to Salah to possibly sign him on a pre-contract agreement. And I think if they let Salah leave, the downfall that Liverpool will have, I mean, to be fair to Liverpool, I thought that they were going to fall off this season. I didn't think Liverpool would be this good. I predicted them to come third in the Prem, and I definitely did not think that they would be top of the Champions League standings. So I got to hold my hand up and say I was wrong. But I still do not believe in Liverpool's future. I think Liverpool will have a massive fall off after this season, especially if Salah leaves, right? If Trent leaves as well. Maybe they both come to Madrid, right? Who knows? But I don't trust their board. I don't trust their owners to go out there and spend the money that's required to revamp their side. I think Arne Slot is a fantastic manager, but I just don't think he's going to be backed properly. Liverpool barely backed Jurgen Klopp, and Klopp is arguably their best manager of all time, and they barely backed him when he was fighting against Man City. So what makes me think that they're going to go and back Arne Slot? They brought him in this summer. Usually, right? When a manager first comes to a club, that first window is usually the busiest one that they have. Arne Slot came in and they only signed Chiesa. And right now, it looks like a genius piece of business from Liverpool, because look at how well they're playing despite signings. But it's not sustainable. So we'll see. Their board is very incompetent. Clearly, I'm supposed to trust the team that won't even offer arguably the best player that they've ever had a new contract. Van Dijk deal is running down. Trent's deal is running down. Salah's deal, their three best players' deals are running down. And none of them have been re-signed yet. What are they waiting for? But I want to know what you guys think, right? Can you see Mo Salah at Real Madrid? I personally cannot see it. I think if he was younger, if Mo Salah was like 28, I would be all over this rumor. I would believe it. But I think he goes to Saudi, man. He'll probably end up at Al Hilal, or I don't know, maybe Al Ittihad, like one of those big, or maybe he plays with Ronaldo. Maybe Nazir go in and bring him. Who knows? But I think Liverpool are making a massive mistake letting his deal run down. All right, let me see what you guys are saying about this. Yeah, I knew we were going to have a lot of chats about this one right here. Let me see. Damn. All right. What attacker is going to get sold if Salah... Well, I think Rodrigo is the one name that stands out. I cannot see Rodrigo staying if you go and bring in a Mo Salah. Need a right wing? You can take Sterling from us. You're welcome. Nah. It's all good, bro. It's all good. You can keep Raheem Sterling, okay? He's an absolute monster, and he deserves to be at your team. You know, he's too good for us. You know, like, I don't even want to come in and, you know, steal one of your best players, bro. It's all good, man. You know what? You can keep Raheem Sterling. It's okay. Thank you for the offer, though, Ed. Let me see. Respectfully, bro, end the stream. No one is trying to watch this. Chat, do you guys agree with Staffy right here? Is nobody trying to watch this stream? Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained, guys? Nah, big up Staffy. Absolute scrub. That's my guy, though. Bekele says, regarding Mohamed Salah, there have been recent reports that Real Madrid is seriously considering pursuing him when his contract with Liverpool expired at the end of the season. Yes, thank you. Yeah, bro, I just don't think that Perez will do it because of his age, honestly. His age is why I don't think it's going to happen. Jude Bellingham is my boy. He revived my love for football. Jude revived your love for football? Of all the players, Jude? Was it about him? Okay, fair enough. If we lose Jude, we are in trouble. Jude's not going anywhere. he's already said multiple times that he thinks he'll be here for the next 10 to 12 years. So if everything is going according to plan, and as long as he doesn't start dropping off, then yeah, Jude will spend the majority of his career with us. But if he falls off, then it might be time to go. But nah, I don't see him going anywhere anytime soon. Ronaldo and Benzema are going band for band. Yeah, man. I saw that Al Nassr are playing Etihad right now. Let me see. What's the score for that game? Ooh, 2-1. 2-1. It's the 92nd minute. Etihad are beating Ronaldo's team. So Benzema scored, and then Steven Bergwijn just scored in the 91st minute, but Ronaldo scored. Yo, Ronaldo needs to leave Nassr. They are shit. They are shit. Like, they're never going to win the Saudi Pro League going against Al Hilal with that team that they've built around Ronaldo. It's just never going to be good enough. Let me see. You think that Mo Salah ends up at Barca? Barca don't need a right winger. You have Lamine Yamal. So if you sign Mo Salah, then where are you going to move Yamal to? The left? You will take him out of his best position to accommodate a 32-year-old winger? I mean, if that's what you want to do, sure. Ali says, Will, relax. Salah is signing a contract. You ain't getting him anyways. I already said I don't think that we're going to get him. I already said. Slot was happy with the squad. Look at what happened. Bro, if you think that any manager coming to a new club does not want to make a signing that he wants, you are out of your mind. You are out of your mind. Yes, it's working out right now. But, Liverpool just do not have ambition. They don't. They've been very lucky, right? Klopp saved them, and now it looks like Arne Slot might be saving the board's incompetence. JJ, what's going on, bro? I already saw this comment, bro. You don't got to spam it. Sort out your attackers before getting new ones. Fraud. Fair enough, all right? Do you guys really not think that Mbappe is going to turn it around? I think that he will. He just needs to find his form coming off the bench. Brother, give it up. Give it up. Come on now. Give it up. I don't care how I say it. I say it how I say it. You tell me to say it one way, somebody else says to say it another way. Fucking hell. I can't win. Yeah, man. The guy supports Manchester United. Talking about me. Don't really like Mo, but can't argue that he's not good. You don't really like Mo Salah. How do you not like Mo Salah? What is it about his game that you don't like? Yeah, that's a bit of an odd one, right? I rate Mo Salah. I think he's one of the best players that I've seen. Very good. But, all right, some more transfer news, right? Because I don't know why we're being linked to all these damn wingers, right? I need to see more links to center backs, right backs, right? Maybe a deep line playmaker. But next link here. This is going to be very divisive. But I want to know what you guys are saying for Mason Greenwood. Another player that we're being linked to, right? They're saying that both Barca and us are considering moving to sign him in the summer. And I like Mason Greenwood a lot. Again, he plays on that right side. We do need a natural right-sided attacker. Now, we all know, right, what happened with Mason Greenwood and his girlfriend and that whole situation that could have derailed his career. But unfortunately, for anybody that's watching this, right, I am not the moral police, right? I can only go based off of what is currently going on. So currently, he is a free man, okay? And he's still with that girl. They have a baby, and I swear they're married. So if they have moved on from whatever that situation was, why the hell would I still be holding it against him? I don't know these people. So I tend to mind my business. So let's talk about Mason Greenwood as a footballer. As a footballer, Mason Greenwood is a very good player. I don't think anybody here would disagree with the footballing ability of a Mason Greenwood, right? We all saw when he first broke through at Manchester United, he was cooking. And I think that Manchester United made a mistake selling him. I'm going to be honest. I don't think United should have sold him. I know that the media backlash might have been very high, but fuck it. Because Mason Greenwood, if he was at Manchester United right now, he's their best attacker. And he helps them out drastically. But I get it. You know what I'm saying? We live in a society where, everybody wants to virtue signal. So it is what it is. Point is, I would take Mason Greenwood at Real Madrid. Yes, I would. Yes, I would. He's an absolute monster on the right wing. He has a fucking rocket on him as well. He's a very good player. You saw how he was at Getafe last season. This guy wasn't playing football for like 14 or 13 months. And he got loaned out to Getafe, was on fire for them, one of their best players. I was very impressed watching him last season. And then now he's at Marseille, right? And he's going crazy in Ligue 1. In like 13 games, I think he has like 9 or 10 goals and like 3 assists. He is a very good player. And I honestly would rather sign a Mason Greenwood than a Mohamed Salah because I'm going to factor in the age. Greenwood's like 23 or 24 years old. But again, it's the same issue that I would have if Salah comes in, right? Because if you sign Greenwood, somebody has to leave. And again, all these deals indicate to me that Rodrigo would have to leave. Now, I think Rodrigo is better than Mason Greenwood. I think Mason Greenwood is more clinical, right? I think he's a better finisher. But I think as a winger, I think Rodrigo is better than him. But if you're telling me that Mason Greenwood is a possibility next summer, he wouldn't be on the highest list for me of priorities, right? I still think that we should be signing defenders before looking at any attackers. But this guy is a very good player, Chad. He is. Now, I don't get why Barcelona would want him. Because, again, they have Lamine Yamal on that right wing. So if you sign Greenwood, then are you going to play him central? Because Greenwood can play as a striker as well. But his preferred position is just off the right wing. I found this story a bit interesting, right? And I know that some people are going to complain about it. But look, as I said, chat, if you're looking for a football YouTuber to be the moral police, you are on the wrong channel, okay? I don't get involved with things that have not been settled legally, right? What I know is the police dropped the charges. Free man. He with his girl. They married. They got a baby. They've moved on, so I think we all should as well. How am I going to be mad about something that don't affect me? You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Good player, though. Very good player. And I don't think that he's going to stay at Marseille for long. I think he probably does one season. And then I can definitely see him getting a move to a much bigger club. Well, they are a big club, right? Let me not disrespect the team that he's at right now. They're the biggest team in France, honestly. But I think that he'll go to a better, more competitive club. Because even though they are a big team, they're not going to win a Champions League, right? They're probably better in like a Europa League or something like that. So I can see Greenwood at a Real Madrid, Barcelona, right? A Bayern Munich. I can see PSG going in for him. I don't think that he will ever go back to England. If I was him, I wouldn't want to. Just because what'd be the point? Like, there's like, why put yourself through that? So we'll see. But I think he'll be very expensive, right? I know that I think Transfer Market had him listed at like 35 million, his value. So you'd probably have to spend like 50 M's. But I think that's a good price for Greenwood, bro. I'm going to be real with you. If that whole situation never happened, right? And let's say if Greenwood would have stayed at Manchester United and if he was still playing games for them, I fully believe that Mason Greenwood would be worth about 100 million right now. He's that good. He really is. I think a lot of people have forgotten how good he was because a lot of you guys didn't watch Getafe, right? A lot of people have not watched him this season, so they forget. But I'm telling you, he will not be in France for long unless he goes to a PSG. He will be getting a big move in the summer. I'm calling it right now. He should have got a big move last summer, right? I don't know why, because his value was so low for a player of his quality. I'm surprised that bigger teams didn't come in for him. I think Getafe wanted to extend his loan, but I think United just wanted the cash. Like, they just wanted to just get rid, right? They just wanted to get him off the books so that all the media attention goes away. But Greenwood, I think he's good enough to be at Real Madrid for sure. Let me see what you guys are saying. Bro, unruly, you know ball. Greenwood is cold. Jude believes the Mason allegations. Respectfully, I don't give a fuck what Jude thinks. Now, obviously, right, you do have to factor in the chemistry, but I highly doubt that these players just believe everything that's reported, right? But who knows? Who knows? Greenwood is a baller. Facts. Let me see. Jude and Mason Greenwood in the locker room will be awkward. I mean, I do remember what happened last season. Now that you bring that up, I do remember when we played Getafe, there was that whole thing on if Jude called him the R word. That's actually a very good call out. Because I didn't think about that before I brought it up. Yeah, maybe you guys are right. I don't think the club will go in for him, but I would take him if it's an option, yes. Mason is very good, but I don't know. Clubs are afraid from those allegations. He is great with both his feet. His finishing is on another level. They call him a sniper as well. He would have been United's best player. Facts. Let me see. People are going to cry, though. Yeah, you know, it's a little bit sensitive nowadays, my guy. Rajat says, don't think so. Don't need him that much, bro, because of Rodrigo. For sure. Like, we don't need a Greenwood, but that doesn't mean that I wouldn't take him. Again, he is a natural right-sided player. Our right side of our attack is non-existent. We basically don't have anybody out there. How many games have we looked at the average positioning, and I'm seeing players all running towards the left? The right wing is just empty. Shit look like a desert. So, you know, that's the problem. Let's see. Mbappe, about 2-4 years, he can. Sorry, I said Mbappe. About 2-4 years, he can come to Real. Okay. Yo, what's going on, Zaire? Big up, you absolute fraud. Yeah, we can stop talking about Greenwood, though. Let me see him real quick, chat. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's just speculation, of course, right? We're just talking about transfer news, but damn, now that I think about it, actually, all good. All right, guys, let's continue. Let's move on. So, last bit of transfer news that I want to talk about, and this one is actually one that does have a high probability of actually happening. So, let's talk about Alphonso Davies, right? Alphonso Davies, it's so many conflicting reports that are going on with him at the moment, right? 1 week, we're hearing that Alphonso Davies is close to signing a new deal with Bayern Munich. And then a few days later, we'll see another report saying that Alphonso Davies' agent is angry about the way that the negotiations are happening with Bayern. And they have canceled all talks, and they are going to be listening to offers from Man United and Real Madrid. Now, again, people are going to believe what narrative they like the most, right? If you want to see Alphonso Davies stay at Bayern Munich, then you're going to believe the reports saying that he's extending his deal. If you want to believe that he's leaving, then you will more so focus on those rumors. Me, personally, I'm very indifferent. I've talked about Alphonso Davies so much on this channel that the shit is actually getting tiring. Like, I don't have anything new to say about Alphonso Davies that's not been said already. Do I rate him? Yes. Do I think he should be the main option at left back? No. He's not my first choice. Because of his defensive capabilities, it's not at a high level. So I'd rather us look at other left backs. But I understand why the club would want to sign him, especially with him possibly being available on a free transfer. Now, we are going to break down both of the reports that came out, right? The one saying that he's going to stay at Bayern, and then the one saying that he's going to leave. Now, Alphonso Davies, I think Bayern Munich are making a mistake by not giving him what he wants, right? Obviously, when a player's deal is running down, they have all the power. So a player like Alphonso Davies, he has more of a say-so right now in what's going on. Because Bayern Munich, right, they don't want to lose him. And when a player's deal has this little time left, the club loses all leverage in negotiations because Alphonso Davies can just walk for free. And that doesn't benefit anybody but himself. So I think they should be looking to extend him. And I told you guys this last summer. If Bayern Munich knew, because Alphonso Davies wanted to leave last summer, and they knew this, and they should have cashed in on him. Real Madrid sent them a bid of like 40 million, and they said no because it wasn't as much money as they wanted. But it's like Bayern forget that if a player has 12 months left on his deal, you're not going to get the full amount. It doesn't happen like that. So I just think that Bayern Munich, they're not used to losing players that they want to keep, right? They're the big fish in a very small pond in Germany, right? They go to other clubs and bully them for their players. So now when a bigger fish enters that same small pond that they're the main fish in, they no longer know how to operate, right? And they fumbled it because they could have got money for Alphonso Davies last summer, and then they could have went and maybe bought like a Theo Hernandez, for example. There were options for them. Now, everybody knows that you're desperate because if Alphonso Davies leaves, we all know you need a left back. So now people are going to start charging you a higher price. You're going to have to spend a lot more money. Different things like that. If I was Bayern Munich, I would give Alphonso Davies a new deal. He's been very successful, right? They've transformed him. Don't forget, Alphonso Davies was a winger. They bought him from, I think it was like Vancouver Whitecaps in the MLS, and they transformed him into one of the better left backs in the world. Now, again, defensively, mid. Going forward, overlapping, shooting, crossing, everything with the ball, Alphonso Davies is very good at. One of the best at that position. And we've seen him be able to be very successful at Bayern Munich. So they should keep him. Now, on the other hand, though, when I'm seeing reports about Alphonso Davies' agent is very annoyed with how Bayern Munich are handling these contract negotiations, I'm thinking, well, then more than likely, the reports of him leaving are possibly true. Now, he's been getting linked to a lot of teams, right? He's been linked to Madrid. He's been linked to Manchester United. I also saw him get linked to Chelsea a few weeks ago. There are a lot of teams who should be in for him, right? If a player of Alphonso Davies' level is possibly available on a free, I think you'd be doing yourself a disservice if you don't go in and at least speak to his representatives, right? Now, I personally think he fits a team like Manchester United better than Real Madrid. I'm just saying it right now. Because the way that their new manager plays, Ruben Amorim, he runs a back three. So that means that Alphonso Davies could play as a left wing back. That is his best position. All right? Because Alphonso Davies can play all up and down that left side. You can play him at left back, left midfielder, left wing. You guys saw in the Champions League semifinal last season, Alphonso Davies came on as a left winger. He didn't start that game. Serge Gnabry started. He got injured. They subbed on Alphonso Davies on the left wing, and he scored a screamer against us because he is better on the ball. Him playing as a wing back fits him a lot more than playing in a back four. Now, if we do go get Xabi Alonso, right, we all know that those are the links that are happening right now. We know that more than likely Xabi Alonso will be our next manager. If that's the case, and if Xabi comes in and runs a back three, then Alphonso Davies, I think, makes a lot of sense for us. Because, again, I think that position is where you'll get the best out of him. But I don't really want to run a back three. I don't like back threes. I like the 4-2-3-1. I like 4-3-3. Like, that's what I want to see at my club. But who knows who the next manager is going to be, and who knows what tactics they might run. But I think Alphonso Davies, it's looking like this might end up being a bidding war because you have a lot of interest from the Premier League, and then you have interest from us, right? He's also been linked to Barcelona as well. So it's going to come down to what does he value more? Money, right? Playtime, different things. But he's going to get a lot of money wherever he goes. But yeah, I just don't think Alphonso Davies should be the number one choice. But we know how the club operate, right? They see a free transfer and they just fascinate over it. I don't get it, bro. We can spend money on a left back, you know. Now, the player that I want, not available. I don't think so. Or if he is available, it will cost a lot of money to get him. So it's not necessarily realistic, but I would want Vardy from Man City. Who knows? Look, maybe if they're guilty on those 115 charges and if they get relegated, I'm just saying, we must be there for the Man City sale. But now, more than likely, you're not going to get Vardy from Man City, bro. They spent like $95 million for him. So they're going to want like maybe 130. And I don't think Perez is going to do that. But yeah, Alphonso Davies, man, conflicting reports. Nobody knows what the hell's happening with this guy. Because one day, before the international break started, you remember all the big Spanish outlets came out and said that Alphonso Davies has signed for Real Madrid. It's a done deal. You remember that? That was maybe like a month ago. And then his agent came out and Fabrizio posted the tweet and it said, basically, his agent was saying any reports of Alphonso Davies already agreeing a move to a different club is untrue. And again, I do not believe that Alphonso Davies will agree to a deal with anybody that's not Bayern Munich in the middle of the season. I think he would be an absolute idiot to go ahead and do that. Because imagine agreeing to a deal with the club that's not Bayern, and then you're still going to have to play the whole second half of the season at Bayern. Those fans are going to crucify him. So I think we'll find out if he's going to another club in May, towards the end of the season. We're not going to see it in January. I think that'd be the dumbest thing that you can do as a player is make that official. But yeah, as I said, nobody knows what the hell is going on with Alphonso Davies. But, you know, we'll find out as the months go on. Okay. Big up to CAA. He says, Davies scared of Yamal. He's not trying to go to La Liga. Yeah, man. Alphonso Davies definitely did fail the Lamine Yamal test the other week. Lamine Yamal was cooking his ass. I couldn't believe it. Michele, what is his average positioning, Mason Greenwood? Average position is typically as a right winger. However, he is also capable of playing as center forward or attacking midfielder on the right side. I don't really recall Greenwood being in midfield. I have seen him play across the front three, but midfield, I have to look. I don't remember that. Maybe he did. Rajad says, no, he don't care about Yamal that much. Of course he would care about Yamal, because if he comes to Real Madrid, he'll be playing against Yamal a lot. Wait a minute, chat. Wait a minute. As we are live, I think Fabrizio has just dropped some news concerning Alphonso Davies. Hold up. Yeah, look, tweet right here. Hold up. So Fabrizio tweeted, Bayern director Frond, when asked about Alphonso Davies' contract talks, we are feeling positive, generally speaking. Understand there's still nothing decided. Also, nothing planned or agreed to be signed before Christmas with any club. Okay. I thought this was going to be like some kind of major update. It's more so what we've been saying anyway, so all good. But Alphonso Davies' camp, right? I guess they're giving Bayern good vibes because Bayern's director said, yo, it's all good. It's all good. Let me see. Bayern Munich has made significant Okay. Let me see. I'm so tired of the excuses for Mbappe. He doesn't suck, bro. Come on. James says, are you Carlo out? Yes. He said that he feels they want him out, but kind of feel bad because the thing is, I have a lot of respect for Carlo. And when I say Carlo out, I don't just want this man sacked and thrown away. I say Carlo out in terms of get him a different role at the club. Make him an ambassador of still keep him around, but just no longer as the manager. But yes, I do think Carlo has done an awful job this season. And I do think we should go get Zidane back on an interim or give it to Raul. because I don't think tactically it can get much worse than what I've been watching. Oh, no, no, no. You can't spam, bro. Can't spam, my guy. I got to put you in timeout. Can't be spamming, bro. Yeah. I don't know where the mods are. It's all right. I caught it. Let me see. It doesn't matter. Your defense Mbappe is strong on your attack. He is a Barcelona secret agent. Nah, man. Give Mbappe some time, bro. Give Mbappe some time. I think that he'll come good. But, yeah, I got a few more things to talk about, and then we'll get off, right? I think the stream's been lit so far, guys. Big up to your damn selves. W chat every single time, all right? Make sure that you guys are smashing that like button and that you subscribe to the channel and turn on those post notifications if you've not done so already. Now, this piece of news right here does kind of concern what Alphonso Davies is doing, and that's with Fran Garcia. So a report came out saying that Bournemouth are interested in Fran Garcia. Now, I don't know how I feel about this because I do like Fran Garcia. I think he is a good left back, and I think he's one of the best crossers of the ball that we have in the side. Now, Bournemouth, man. I mean, going from Real Madrid to Bournemouth, that's such a massive downgrade. But it is in the Premier League, right? I don't know how well Fran Garcia would do there. But nonetheless, this news is directly related to what Alphonso Davies does. Because if we end up signing him, I've told you guys many times, right? Alphonso Davies does push, in my opinion, Fran Garcia out the club. Because now that would be 3 left backs. And I don't think that the club would want to have 3 left backs in the side. So, yeah, I think Fran Garcia is a player that possibly leaves if Alphonso Davies does come in. So, yeah, I don't even know what you guys think about that. But, chat, I actually do have to end this very abruptly. Holy shit. Yo, I completely forgot that I had to go do something at this exact time. See, I got carried away. Wow. Yo, sorry about that, guys. All right. Hold up. Yeah, Fran Garcia could possibly leave. Let me just touch on this last thing before I get on out of here. Wow. So, all right. Let's talk about the Club World Cup, right? The draw happened yesterday, and Real Madrid ended up getting Salzburg, right? Red Bull Salzburg, Al Hilal, and another team, a Mexican team, right? Now, Al Hilal, that matchup right there, I am very excited for that, right? Because they are considered the Real Madrid of the Middle East, right? And their team is stacked, right? They got Neymar, Mitrovic, Malcolm, Renan Lodi, Milinkovic-Savic, right? They got Bonu in goal. I think they got Koulibaly in their defense, right? They also got João Cancelo. So they are a very good team. And that's the matchup right there that I'm looking forward to the most, to be honest. But here is the pot right here, right? This is how it will look. And maybe we will talk about this another day. But guys, I completely forgot that I had something to do right now. So I do got to end this abruptly. I apologize about that. My fault. You know, I didn't even mean for this to go that long. But, you know, you guys make it so fun. So I just completely lost track of time. So, look, guys, big up to yourself. And make sure that you guys check out my match preview for the Girona game, right? Also, check out the video where I talked about 5 things that we learned from Bilbao beating Real Madrid. Check out those 2 videos. We will be back tomorrow, right? 2 watch-alongs. It's going to be a very fun day. We got Real Betis versus Barcelona, and then we got Girona versus Real Madrid. You guys do not want to miss that. Sorry for ending so fast, but I do have something to do that I completely forgot about. Big up to your damn selves. Appreciate every single one of you guys, right? Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and make sure those post notifications are turned on so you guys do not miss anytime I drop a new video or I go live. I'll catch you guys tomorrow, man. Big up your damn selves. Peace, people. Yeah.